It is a beautiful morning, let me tell you. Well, San Diego Women's Foundation is currently accepting letters of inquiry from nonprofit organizations working to prevent and address senior isolation and loneliness here in San Diego County. So here now to tell us more about that is Executive Director Stephanie Cook. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. I'm doing great.
And this is great news that we're sharing. But first, let's talk a little bit about the San Diego Women's Foundation, what it is and its mission to help here in San Diego.
Yeah, so the Women's Foundation is a collective giving and membership organization. We were founded in the year 2000, and our mission is to connect, educate, and inspire women to come together in collective philanthropy. So we have about 200 members from all across San Diego County that make an annual contribution to the Women's Foundation. And the bulk of that goes into our grants pool, and we then run a democratic process where our members evaluate applications and ultimately help us decide which organizations should receive funding.
That's wonderful. So you have a big committee to decide on how this grant money is allocated.
Absolutely.
And so this year's focus has really been on the loneliness and isolation that seniors feel, especially around the holidays. We see that a lot. Tell us a little bit about why that was the focus and what you're looking for.
Yeah, so again, as a membership organization, truly our grants process is member driven. So we have a committee of members who are really passionate about research. They look into what the critical issues impacting our region are and put together a survey that goes out to our full membership. So it was really through that survey that our members democratically voted to focus on addressing and preventing senior isolation for our 25th grant cycle. But I think the reason why they selected that really comes down to the numbers. Recent data shows that about 22% of San Diego County's population are over age 60. And it's in fact the fastest growing segment of San Diego County. I think the trends project that by 2030, 1 in 4 San Diegans will be over age 60. And of that population, 23% face severe economic hardships, struggling to meet their basic needs, food, housing, medicine, and 33% of them live alone. So on top of that sort of demographic snapshot, there's also research that has linked social isolation and loneliness to a variety of physical and mental health conditions, ranging from high blood pressure and depression to cognitive decline. So with that full picture, I think it's understandable why our members selected this focus area.
Absolutely, and certainly, you know, one exacerbates the other. If you're dealing with loneliness and then you have money complications on top of it, you know, it can lead to more stress and therefore health problems. So certainly understandable there. How do you go about selecting how this money is allocated? How much money are we talking? And what do you expect to see the outcome be?
Yeah, so again, democratic, member-driven process. Over the past 24 years, our members have granted out about $5.3 million to just over 120 nonprofit organizations. So each year, we have a different grants focus area. We provide training so that our members can fairly and effectively evaluate grant applications, and it's really their decisions that help us decide which organizations move on from letter of inquiry to proposals, and proposals to site visit, and then finally which organizations will receive funding. And in terms of what we anticipate we'll see, so I mentioned that research that we conduct at the beginning to select our grants focus area. We do that, and then we also do a survey of the nonprofit community to ask folks who are engaged in work to combat and address social isolation and loneliness, what does the landscape look like? What work are you doing to combat this issue? And through all of that, we learned about the types of programs that we think we might end up funding. So there's programs to provide ongoing and sustained opportunities for seniors to connect with others. Certainly transportation can be an issue, so opportunities to provide transportation so that seniors can engage in meaningful activities. And another big one is technology. There's some really great efforts out there to make sure that seniors not only have the technology they need to be able to connect with others in this digital world, but also have sort of the assistance so that folks can help them get those technological capabilities set up and answer any questions they have. But we won't really know what we're funding until we get to sort of April, May of next year. That's when we'll be making our funding decisions.
Okay, so still time for people to send in those grant applications?
We've just closed our LOIs, so our members are in the process right now of reviewing LOIs. We got, I think, 40 plus letters of inquiry from nonprofits all across San Diego County, and it's going to be an incredible, difficult year for making decisions.
Well, we hope people will learn more about the San Diego Women's Foundation organization and the amazing work that's being done, and find a way to be a part of it in the future moving forward, because it takes groups like this to really help all sectors.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to have folks join us. If anybody watching wants to be part of our collective mission, check us out online at sdwomensfoundation.org and join us.
Thanks so much, Stephanie. Appreciate it.